Hi, this is Jeff Jarvis. I'm the president out at Limaland Motorsports Park. I just want to thank everyone involved for this year as far as participating at Limaland Motorsports Park, all the competitors, the fans that come out every week and see us, all of the sponsors of the competition teams and Limaland. I want to thank everyone. It's been a unique year with the 12 rainouts we've had, but the racing that we have done has been fantastic. I think all the teams put on a great show for everyone. I want to thank Fox 25 for the Dirtmania TV show. I think it's a great addition to the track, to our things we do out here, and to all the teams to get to show the expertise that they do on the track. So thank you for a great year, and we look forward to seeing you all next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being fans of Dirtmania. Welcome to the last show of Dirtmania for the year, folks, and I echo Jeff Jarvis's sentiments. We really enjoyed what racing we did get in. It was some awesome stuff. And you have not seen the best racing yet because we have it on tape for you tonight. We're going to do the heat race results first, then we're going to get into some B-main action, and then next time I see you, we'll be talking A-mains. You watch your racing, I'll be right back. University of Northwestern Ohio NRA Sprint Invaders coming up in their B main here. Kent Walters, J.R. Stewart on the pole, Ryan Myers, Ron Blair, Corey Sealing, Dennis Ward, Andy Conley, Eddie Ryan, and Mike Dussel. Andy Conley not out there because of a flip in his heat race. He is just fine, but unable to make the bell. Mike Dussel also flipped in his heat race, and you'll see him riding around. He has a white 37 wing on him just in front of the 21 car right there of Dennis Ward. Very good sportsmanship on the part of the Stewart crowd and everyone else in the pits that helped Mike get that car back together. The front tire ripped off it in his flip, and that is Mike. Dead center in your screen right now we have a yellow, and that is for the 35 car. We go back to a restart, and it is Kent Walters. Right behind him, J.R. Stewart, Corey Sealing, Dennis Ward Jr., and Eddie Ryan. Eddie Ryan giving the 98 a good run tonight, getting more comfortable in that car. Eddie right out of go-karts into sprint cars, following the footsteps of J.R. Stewart, getting his chance in the Kaiser car. Kudos to them for trying somebody out, giving them a chance. If nothing else, Eddie is having a blast. But that is Kent Walters up front. Kent was the Jinx car this year. That is the 56 right now of Ryan Myers going around. We go to a restart once again. It is Kent Walters with J.R. Stewart in tow. Corey Sealing sticking his nose in there. Back to what I was saying about Kent. Kent Walters had the in-car cam 4 times this year. Every time it would come to Kent Walters' in-car time, we had a rain out. Kent, you don't get no in-cars next year. Get me? All right, there's J.R. Stewart holding off. The charging yellow 97 to Corey Sealing. Kent Walters keeping it to the high side. JR working the low side. Beautiful sight. Sprint cars going around Limaland. Hope everybody enjoyed all the footage we had this year. We're going to talk more about what we have on tap next year. Wendelin Tavern, the main sponsor on Kent Walters' car. JR giving him a run. Corey Sealing hanging right in there with the two of them, trying to figure out which line to go. Corey tried it high and low. He's working hard to get around JR. Farther back in the pack, Dussel is coming forward. He knows he's got to get into the top 5. And he will do that as we come down towards the end of our B main here. But Dussel had a hard time, and I'll tell you what, being the points leader coming in and flipping in your heat race, it had to have not felt very good. At least he made it into the B-main right now, holding the 4 spot right in front of the 21W of Dennis Ward Jr. Back up front, it's Kent Walters leading Corey Sealing. Corey's making a last-ditch bid at the line, and it is. Kent Walters taking the win. Corey Sealing in second, J.R. Stewart in third, Mike Dussel in fourth, Dennis Ward in fifth. They transfer. Ryan Myers just missing a spot. All right, we're going to show you Easttown Motors Modified B-Main number 1 with the Kings coming up. We can't show you all the B-Mains, but this has Davey Gann on the pole, Darrell Banks outside of him, Josh Scott, Ron Perrine, Charles Patrick, Lonnie McIntyre, Kelly Bowlby, Jerry Hayden, Tom Jacobs, Ryan Ordway, Travis Hull, Jerry Nye. And right out of the gate, we have a 3-way battle. It's going to come down to Banks and Davey Gant. Davey Gant takes a high line, wham! Right into the wall. Banged up the rear end of that car. Wait till you see that thing come by on the Foxbox side. There's Josh Scott down under Ron Perrine. Darrell Banks just out in front of him. Look at the back end of that modified. He's shorting that thing up. Still going strong, though. That's the 15 car right there of Lonnie McIntyre going head-to-head with the 25 of Charles Patrick. Right behind Davey, the 73 car of Jerry Hayden spins. We go to a restart, and on the restart, it's Darrell Banks with Josh Scott in tow. Those two would transfer if we stopped right there. Perrine goes high. Perrine's got a problem. And we are going to have to go to a restart as Perrine stops on the track. On the restart, once again, it is Darrell Banks leading him down to the line. Josh Scott in tow. Both of those guys sitting in Edge cars. Edge cars having a good showing at the track this year. They went head-to-head with Bicar in the modified division. Didn't get a lot of wins, but you know what? The cars that are out there, a lot of the Edge cars looking really good. 15 up on the tire. That is Lonnie McIntyre. Lonnie brings out the yellow. And we go to a restart. It is Darrell Banks, Josh Scott, Davey Gant sitting in third right now. Then comes the 25 of Charles Patrick. Darrell Banks out of Van Wert, Ohio. Darrell started off a ball of fire this year, then had some bad luck mid-year. It seemed like poor Darrell always having to transfer out of a B main to get into the A main. Always raced himself forward. Excellent showing. Had a lot of fun with Darrell when we did the Drivers Roundtable, and trust me, we'll do a couple of those next year. Those were just a blast. But Darrell, you know, his car's been fast all year. Josh Scott trying to chase down Davey Gant. Down the back straightaway they go, looking good. The 7 car, that is, I can't remember, Travis Hull. There it is. The 73 car got around. Once again, Jerry Hayden bringing out the yellow. Learning curve for Jerry evidently tonight. As we come out of 2, doing a little beating and banging. Everybody keeps it straight, and away we go. That was the 6N of Jerry Nye. Just behind him, Kelly Bowlby. Kelly not having very good luck this year. A lot of our track champions not having good luck this year. Last year's track champion in the modifieds, Dustin Moore, had a bad year. And in the sprint cars, we all know about the plights of Tim Allison. But up front, Darrell Banks doing a good job. Davey Gant right on his backside. They started that way, first and second, with Josh Scott in third, and they end that way. Darrell Banks takes the flag, Davey Gant in second, Josh Scott in third, Charles Patrick fourth, Kelly Bowlby in fifth. Just Darrell and Davey transferred to the A. Oh yeah, don't be going anywhere. NRA Sprint Invaders up after the break.
Make your move to a great career in automotive technologies at the University of Northwestern Ohio. Northwestern is the national leader in automotive, agricultural, diesel, and high-performance motorsports training. Learn from the best in state-of-the-art facilities and at the world's largest motorsports classroom. Get on your way to a new career with more satisfaction and better pay. Call to arrange a personal consultation at 419-998-3120. The University of Northwestern Ohio.
Oh man, I can't take the vet out with tires looking like this. Wonder where I can get a good set of performance tires around here.
That's easy. At Elida Road Tire, we have the high-performance tire to fit your Corvette.
That's not all, Rick. We have high-performance tires for all types of cars, makes and models.
And now, new to Lima, Mayhem Audio, your total car center with sound, service, and performance.
At Elida Road Tire Service, our staff is here to answer your car care questions.
Would you buy a hamburger from a furniture store? No! Then why buy a truck from someone who doesn't specialize in them? Magnum Truck and Auto has one of the area's largest selections of quality trucks around. SUVs, dualies, quads, extended cabs, four-wheelers, cargo vans, and more. Stop in today at I-75 and Blue Lick Road or log on to magnumtruck.com and see for yourself why Magnum Truck and Auto is taking the world by storm.
Taking the world by storm.
All right, man, thanks for sticking with us. We're going to go right to our Sprint A main. In this scenario, Dussel dumps it in his heat race, flips, has to come through the B. He is ahead of Dennis Yoakum coming into the night, but man, he is working hard to get in there. Yoakum transferred right into the A main, and I'll tell you what, it was a free-for-all. This is a great show. You're not going to believe who wins this one. A main time, NRA Sprint Invaders. Time for the University of Northwestern Ohio NRA Sprint Invaders. Last time on the track in position 11 through 20, we have Finsel, Tim Kern back there, Dennis Yoakum, Corey Sealing, J.R. Stewart, Mike Dussel, the big players in the championship starting in the back. They'll need to stay close to each other up front. It's Allison, Burgoon, Williams, Leiber, Kramer, Leiber, Steve, Darren Long, Mike Breck, Scott Carter, and the 10 of Matt Alloway. On the start, from the Foxbox side, we got Allison out of 2, followed by Jeff Williams, 3 wide right behind him, and they will try and sort it out. Scott Kramer, Matt Alloway in your picture right there in the 37 blue. 4C is Mr. Carter, Scott Kramer in the 47. Mike Breck going around first, Steve Leiber taking on Darren Long on the high side, and they go into 3 and 4. Mikey Breck got it wound up tonight. He'll be driving the Tim Hogan's Fox 25 car, making us proud. Of course, we're proud of all these guys this year. I got no favorites out there. Love to see each and every one of these guys. That is Tim Allison up front. That's right, up front, Tim Allison at limaland. First time we've seen it all year. Timmy driving the Hume Supply, Steve Doyle Homes, Tuffy Auto Center, Texas Roadhouse, Ohio Cycle Works, Maxim chassis powered by Fisher Engines. And Timmy making it work on the high side. I bet he felt like he was at home for once. Already catching up to the back of the pack. That is Corey Sealing in the 97. Going at it with Mike Dussel. Remember, white wing on the black car is Mike Dussel leading the guy that gave him the wing, J.R. Stewart. They're side by side coming down the back straightaway. Right behind them, Kent Walters, who transferred out of the B main. That's Rick Bond, the gentleman racer. Rick, not well funded like some of these other teams, but Rick's out there every week. Almost always makes the A main. A lot to be said about that. And if you want an opportunity to be on the side of a car of a class act, give some money to Rick Bond. He will make you proud. He is a gentleman racer. That is Tim Allison catching up to the back of the pack, trying to get around Rick Bond. Timmy was flat flying, folks, but I'll tell you what, something's going to happen here. Farther back, J.R. Stewart and Finsel going at it, but it is Mike Brecht in his Hampshire-powered Maxim trying to come forward. Mike jumped up to the high side. That's where Mike is most comfortable as well. He'll be working his way back into the picture. There he is, about 5 car lengths behind Tim, going down the back straightaway. Tim negotiating around cars, but most everybody down low. Tim's line not obstructed, going by Scott Carter right now. Scott had the in-car cam last week. Thank you very much, Scott. Some awesome pictures. An interesting perspective for all the fans. Got a lot of emails on how cool that looked, and we have more to tell you about. Dirtmania is going to be something else next year. If you thought it was good this year, this was just the beginning. That is the 37 winged Mike Dussel, DOS BP. Sprint car going down the back straightaway. Mike Dussel working hard. He has to get within 5 positions, I believe it was, at this point in time, of Dennis Yoakum in order to keep his lead in the points and claim the Elwer Fence 360 Sprint car title. Also, another race within the race. Dwayne Leiber. That is Jim Burgoon, who spun. Dennis Ward spun to miss him. And on the restart, we have Timmy Allison, Mike Breck, Dwayne Leiber, and Jeff Williams. Breck tries to put a slide job on Timmy coming out of 2, but there just wasn't enough time or enough room. And he settles into second. 62, Dwayne Leiber, 62 years young. Car number is his age. And Dwayne pretty much came in here in good shape. That's Tim Hunter getting bounced around, gets a little clip there from Darren Long. That's going to flatten his tire. He's going to be forced to slow down on the front straightaway. Tim Hunter in the King of the Corner Mile, compliments of his win last week. And he'll just have to go back and fix his tire and think about racing for the win in the King. But up front, it is Tim Allison, Mike Breck. You know, we've waited all year to see this battle. We are finally starting to see it. We have a yellow this time. Dwayne Leiber breaks something in the driveline, and he is done. Will that affect his championship? I'll tell you. And here goes Mikey. Another slide job on Timmy. He takes it right to the wall, gives Tim just enough racing room. That is a class act because that could have got ugly right there. Mike left him just enough room, let Timmy race his way around him. And away they go. The high line was the fast line, especially for these two men. Once Tim got up there, he just set sail. It's kind of hard to get around someone when you're driving in the line, but you know what? That was great sportsmanship on Mike's part. Back in the back, that is Dennis Yoakum going at it with Tim Kern, Jeff Williams, Yoder, car, driven by Darren Long, had to get a little high right there. Red 62, Steve Leiber, the F1 of John Finsel, blue 37A of Matt Alloway going down the back straightaway. That's Corey Sealing. Corey driving a Campbell-powered Maxim, Alloway and a Campbell-powered Maxim, Kent Walters, and a Hampshire-powered Maxim. So a lot of Maxim chassis out there. Seem to be one of the better working chassis for limaland, or the chassis of choice for a lot of teams. Not really sure on either side of that, but certainly some different power plants in these cars. They're all fast. And it's awesome to see 20 sprint cars going around limaland. Didn't have many bad accidents in the sprint cars this year. A lot of easy overs, a couple good flips, but all in all, a pretty peaceful year, and that helps out from 2 ways. First of all, we don't have anybody getting hurt, but most importantly, we're not spending a lot of money from the drivers and the car owner standpoint. We did have a spin there, and when we go back to a restart, Tim Allison not even going to give Mike Breck the chance to slide job on him. A couple lap cars in between Dennis Yoakum and Mike Breck. That's Rick Bond and Scott Carter. We have 1 lap to go. Timmy has a pretty good lead going down the back straightaway. A little bit of black showing up in the top groove. Tim and Mike worked it to the end, and Timmy takes the win. Mike Breck in second, Dennis Yoakum third, Mike Dussel in fourth, J.R. Stewart fifth, Steve Leiber, Kent Walters, Dwayne Leiber by virtue of his points lead coming in, even though he broke, considering the position he finished in because a couple cars out before that, wins the NRA Sprint Invader title. Well, I'll tell you, Timmy Allison, people love him, people hate him. He's one of those drivers you either like or don't. But I'll tell you what, he was the most excited guy in the world. I thought he was going to wet his pants before he got out of that car. He finally got out, and I'll tell you could see a sigh of relief on that guy's face. I feel for him because nobody likes to go winless, especially out at limaland for the year when you're the reigning track champion. How about some points? Let's check them out. It's the final top 10s of the season. We'll start with the Elwer Fence Sprint Cars. Dussel wins by 25. Compliments of the help from J.R. Stewart and all his friends in the garage. So a guy that's leading the points that could possibly lose the points gets helped out. Notice Jeff Williams sitting in 6th down there. A very good run for him this year. As well as Tim Kern, Corey Sealing, Darren Long at 691, Kent Walters at 690. Now the NRA Sprint Invaders, they crowned their champion. It was Dwayne Leiber, as mentioned, 62 years old. What a stud that man is. Mike Breck, great job coming on late. Dussel also having a good showing there. So did J.R. Stewart. Steve Leiber, Dwayne's son, sitting at 949. Timmy Allison, his best showing in both categories at 7th place. Kramer, Kern, and Kent Walters round out our top 5. What do we got coming up? You know it. I love them. Modified. Amen. Stay right there.
Dale, thanks for being designated driver.
No problem, man.
What's up? Make a left up here.
Hey, Mr. Fisher!
Okay, make a quick left and then slow down. Cindy! Cindy!
What's going on?
Make a right on Havermeyer.
What's up?
Make a left on Jackson.
Dude, where exactly do you live?
Right back by the bar.
Hey, Bobby! Oil change, Bay 3. Brake fluid check, Bay 3.
You're listening to Valvoline Super Pro Certified Technicians on the Job. We use the most proven system in the quick lube industry called The Show to ensure that your vehicle is serviced in the most air-proof and professional manner. Stop by Valvoline on Elida Road to get a full-service oil change while you wait in your car or truck. Our team of experts will have your vehicle ready to go and on the road in no time. And of course, we use only the finest quality Valvoline products to ensure the long life of your engine. Cars, we know them, we love them.
All right, thank you for being a big fan of Dirtmania. We have a lot of racing yet to go. As a matter of fact, we're going to do our modifieds right now. Now, coming into the last couple nights of the season, Frankie Lucchini and Andy Holderman tied. Andy started winning races. Frankie having some problems. And we'll have to wait and see if Frankie can pull it out tonight. He didn't have very good luck in the other couple nights. But tonight is championship night. Anything can happen. Here's your footage. Easttown Motors Modifieds A-Main starting lineup coming from the in-car cam of Billy Daniels. In positions 11 through 20, some names: Frankie Lucchini, Davey Gant, Darrell Banks, Terry Hole, Mike Roediger. And in the top 10, you got Holderman, St. Myers, Jacobs, Sherman, Chin, Bibler, Bowman, Henry, O'Connor, and Jason Lanning on the start. Doug St. Myers grabs an early lead, with Andy Holderman just behind them, but even farther behind them, Les Dunlap had spun. So we have to re-rack him and do this all over again. This time, Holderman says, I'm taking the lead, and in the 1 and 2 he does with St. Mars on the outside. Buzz Jacobs gets a little loose, can't get together back up before Wayne Chin hits him. It gets ugly, but it could have got a whole lot worse. We'll look at it in instant replay for you. There's Jacobs, a little squirrely. Unfortunately, Chin right there when he tries to come back around. That turns him around. Henry makes it past, but that is Bill Keeler getting tagged. And when he comes back out onto traffic, it's a good thing. He is parallel to the racetrack. Third restart. Here we go. St. Myers gets squeezed up. And this time, it's going to be Sean O'Connor and Terry Holt and John Nelson get caught up in this. Instant replay, there's O'Connor going around and gets hit by Henry. And then there is the 99 drilling right into the side of Terry Hull. This is the Fox Box version. Bam! That'll hurt. Terry Hull was done. Fourth restart. That's right. We get it right this time. Looks like we shall. Wayne Chin getting underneath Doug St. Myers. He tries to pass back on the underside. That's Darrell Banks farther back outside. Mike Roediger, Frankie Lucchini right there dead center in your screen, backed by Tony Anderson, Keeler, and Gant down low. There's Darrell Banks. Billy Daniels in the purple and yellow car up in front. He has an in-car cam. Guys getting a little squirrely, but they get it gathered up. Farther back though, Bill Keeler gets a piece of Frankie Lucchini and spins him around. Frankie in the back, Andy Holderman in the front. Things not looking good points-wise. On the restart it is Holderman, Chin, Sherman, Lanning, St. Myers, top 5. Andy Holderman sets sail. Inside the B9 of Billy Daniels. Billy Daniels he gets the track compliments of Spin Doctor Mobile DJ, wide open graphics, Lightning chassis, car owned by JR Motorsports. Keith Rapp, the crew chief. Hogue Engines powering this Lightning chassis down the straightaway. And I'll tell you what, these are some awesome pictures. Compliments the factory outlet for helping us out this year. Outside of him, that is the 22T of Tony Anderson. Darrell Banks, right in your face on this camera view. He's working Billy Daniels pretty hard. Tries to cut underneath him. We have to go to a restart. Jim Henry had spun. On the restart, same starting order. You got Holderman out front, Chin in second, Sherman third, Lanning fourth, St. Myers in fifth right now. Todd Sherman has been a guy that's been up front each and every week. His car is sponsored by Sherman Enterprises. Bi-Car is the chassis. That's Wayne Chin in the Irwin car. Wayne's been doing pretty good. Had some rough luck last week, but has it all back together and going forward this week. Andy Holderman, tell you what, he has been the class of the modifieds this year. Jerry Holderman, the car owner, Jerry says probably his last year. We'll believe that when we don't see you at the track, Jerry. If we don't, you'll definitely be missed. John Clifford, who's Holderman's crew chief. 08, giving St. Myers a little shove down the straightaway. That's Mike Roediger. Mike's had a great year this year. Century Trading Company, Motor Inn, Ohio Protective Coating, some of Mike's sponsors. Right behind him is the 22B of Andy Bibler, J-Mar Quick Stop, Doug's Repair, Blanchard Graphics. Back inside, Billy Daniels' car. Again, factory outlet. Providing you these views. Outside of him, Davey Gant. You'll see him come into the picture as we slide him out of 3 and 4. There's Davey on the high side. Billy Daniels had his car set up to work back up front. It is Andy Holderman. Andy's like, man, no more yellows. This is just fine by me. Let's take this thing to the end. Todd Sherman's now in second place. There is Roediger in the yellow 08, blue and red. 56 is Jason Lanning just behind them. The B9 of Billy Daniels, our in-car camp outside of Billy. B of Andy Bibler. Billy, again, had his car set up to run down low, and he was coming forward. He started 16th. I'm just going to give him a little love right now. Billy Daniels raced his way to 4th. Don't tell me the track wasn't sticky enough and fast enough to come forward on this night. A lot of guys did it, including Dussel and Yoakum in our first A-mains and the sprint cars. This is an awesome track, and once again, I'm going to give some love to the track people. They're my friends, but you know what? They work really hard to put on a great race. A great track each and every week, and they have been very successful at it. Kudos to you, Dick Lucchini, Calvin, Bob Fricke. Every one of you deserve a pat on the back. Andy Holderman, once again, showing the fast line around. That's Frankie Lucchini spun right there. Whoa! You gotta be kidding me. Frankie a lap down. Holderman trying to get around him, almost gets stuffed into the wall as Frankie tries to get it straightened out. Nothing intentional there, but wow. Wouldn't that have been a case of irony if that would have happened? I feel for Frankie. I know he wanted to win. Frankie's a racer, though. He wants to win races more than he does championships. Billy Daniels looking good under Doug St. Myers now. That's how far forward he has come. He's chasing down Roediger, who is in turn chasing down Sherman, who is in turn chasing down Holderman. Nobody chasing down Andy Holderman this year. There's Mike Roediger going by Wayne Chin. Frankie giving way, letting the guys that are running for the lead get around him. Good sportsmanship, Frankie. You have been a good sportsman. That's a track bar braking. You'll notice the rear end sliding around in the 65 of Todd Sherman right there. Smoke, nope, not a motor issue. Watch when he goes in the corner. You'll see the rear, see the axle housing sliding around? That is a track bar that's broken. And that is not good for the driveline, or the track bar, or the tire for that matter. Andy Holderman, you don't care. It's all happening behind him. He's out in the clear air. A lot of smoke around the track from the tire rub. And 1 to go. Holderman out front. He is going to come down, take the checkered flag, and take the season point championship in the East Town Motors Modified. Mike Roediger managed to finish second, Wayne Chin third, Billy Daniels fourth. Good job, Billy. Todd Sherman in fifth. St. Myers, Bibler, Gant, Anderson, and Darrell Banks round out your top 10.
All right, so we got the modifieds decided. Want to show you the last remaining points battle rundown. As a matter of fact, Andy Holderman really pulled away. Here is your points for the modifieds. Almost a 100-point lead for Andy by the end of the night. Frankie Lucchini, solid second place. Todd Sherman, Darrell Banks. Tony Anderson in fifth. Good job, Tony. Mike Roediger, Josh Scott, Jason Lanning, Andy Bibler, and Nick Roslett round out your top 10. Congratulations to all of them. We'll be seeing them at the banquet. All right, we got something else to do. What's coming up next? Well, we got to decide who wins the Thunderstock Championship. You are not going to believe this. Stay right there.
Attention all race fans. Crawford's Furniture has everything you need to make race days more enjoyable. Lane recliners starting at $199.75. Lane sectionals as low as $13.49. Crawford's Furniture also carries the perfect way to display all of your favorite racing memorabilia with a one-of-a-kind curio cabinet from Pulaski. Be a winner today at Crawford's Furniture in Lima.
Sign Pro, perfect to the letter. You just can't do better than a Sign Pro sign. Sign Pro, making you look better, perfect to the letter, with a Sign Pro sign.
Hi, I'm Lenny Guyton. These guys make this Budweiser Thunderstock go fast, and Sign Pro makes it look good.
There's only one VTX 1800. The biggest, baddest, most powerful V-twin you can ride. Built from the ground up to be unique, so you can customize the VTX as extreme as you want to be. And now we'll start you off with $1,000 of Honda genuine accessories to turn our VTX into your VTX.
Customize your new Honda at Ohio Cycle Works on Elida Road in Lima, just 2 miles west of the Lima Mall.
Man, I'm telling you, it's absolutely hard to believe this is the 25th and last show of the season. If you're a racing fan like me, you're probably as sad as I am, but we're going to work our way through this last half hour, trying to get the most excitement out of it that we can. We're talking Thunderstocks right now. Coming in, Lenny Guyton had a pretty good lead on everybody. Seifert and Tony Anderson battling it out for the second place spot. It got ugly. It got ugly in a hurry, and unfortunately, things happened. Here is the Thunderstock A-Main from Championship Night.
Time for the Bud Thunderstock A-Main. Seifert pounding on Guyton's bumper, letting him know he's there. In your 11 through 20 holes, you have Conover, Holderman, Wiseman, Rostifer, Valente starting in the back up front. It's Tony Anderson, Chad Franks, Babcock third, Philpott fourth, Guyton, Hyatt, Seifert, Couch, Hillary, Halcomb. Round out your top 10, and we bring them down to the line. Tony Anderson getting a jump on Chad Franks. Down low, it's Seifert trying to get under Guyton. He comes up the track, hits Lenny in the rear, spins Lenny around. Gary Hillary nowhere to go. I don't know, it's a little questionable. I'll let you make that call, but Seifert does come straight up the track. And Lenny gets around. Those are your Ports contenders right there. And then Gary, unfortunately, nowhere to go. So we bang up some machinery. Seifert goes to the back. And Lenny had to go to the pits for the flat. Tony Anderson coming out of 2. Chad Franks in second place right behind him. Jeff Babcock. Woo, he's been a man of fire this year. If it wasn't for being on his lid and for getting a scale, Jeffrey could be contending. Andy Holderman in the back. That is the 3 of Bill Couts. Holderman's hood comes completely off. We didn't have hood pins in there, boys. That doesn't just happen, folks. You got to have hood pins to keep the hood on, and that came completely off. No hood pins. And that's got to be a little rough driving around. There goes by John Cox. Jody Dye. We got to restart. And we have Tony Anderson up front on the restart. Chad Franks in the red 77 in second. Babcock in third. Barney Craig. Orange and white 71 just out of your picture. Jim Halcomb in fifth. Tony doing a good job out there tonight. Tony Anderson sponsored by Custom Staffing. Also CSI, Colony Mobile Park, Diamond Manufacturing, AccuCut, Dynamic Signs, Powell Company, Displacement Engines. And Tony's got a nice list of sponsors, but you know what? He's a professional. People want to be on the car, professional. Chad Frank, sponsored by Moser Engineering and Qualtech Tool and Engineering. Chad having a great year this year. A very clean driver. He's only taken spots that were given him. Actually, very sportsmanlike driving out of Chad Franks this year. And he's coming on and is a factor, will be a factor for sure next year in the points. I have no doubt in my mind about that. Barney Craig, second half of the season been a complete turnaround for him. He's moving it towards the front. Barney gets to the track compliments of St. John's drive-thru and restaurant. Ingalls Auto Repair, Lima, Clutch and Joint, Fast Tracks Graphics. Jeffrey Babcock, well, he's been the man this year. Bev Halcomb and Couch going at it. Seifert going high. Tony has made hay in the top grooves this year like nobody else. That guy throws rooster tails out every corner. Watch. In the corner goes, dirtying up the track wall, throwing the rooster tail. Out he comes, down the back straightaway. 2 cars. 1 corner, go Tony. Tony had to come from the back after that altercation with Lenny. And unfortunately, the wreck that was caused by whoever you choose took basically Lenny and Tony out of the points. So Tony Anderson up front, not having such a bad day. Torn up car, Jim Halcomb sits in 3 and 4. We got to restart because we had to hook him to get him off the track. Tony Anderson in the lead, Barney Franks in second, Jeff Babcock hanging around third. Jeff not coming forward yet. Interesting. 4th place, Chad Franks. Barney and Jeff Babcock put on quite a show. Tony Anderson got the black car running. Babcock gets a little high there. Chad Franks tries to work underneath him. Seifert right behind him. Now Seifert and Tony Anderson came into this race tied in the points. It was Lenny Guyton who had the 45-point lead. Lenny couldn't get back on a track after trying to fix a tire. So unfortunately, that was the end of his points championship this year. But Lenny made it to the Fox box. Lenny has been a great champion this whole year. And unfortunately, he is not going to repeat. It was so close. Seifert and Chad Franks putting on a good race here. Who gets Mr. Seifert to the track? Well, Marvin Seifert is his crew chief. Marvin's rubbish, Seifert rubbish. Banshee Graphics. Babcock gets around Barney Craig and sneaks it right up on the back door. Tony Anderson says, I'm right here, Tony. Jeff Babcock has been fast. Tries it up underneath Tony. Wow, that was John Cox. Oh, you know we didn't want to restart, especially Tony. Jeff Babcock says, I'll take a restart. Tony has a broken right front shock. Jeff Babcock hauls it into 1 and 2 on the high side. And he powers past Tony down the back straightaway. We're not going to take anything away from Jeff. That was a great move. And at the line, Jeff's got the lead, 1 to go. Tony Anderson hanging on. But you know what? Tony has more important things on his mind because he stays right where he is. He's going to win the championship. Doesn't matter. I'd rather win the championship in this one race. Tony's already been to the Fox box. That's how he got in the King of the Quarter Mile. But Jeff Babcock, he is your winner. Tony Anderson second, Barney Craig third, Seifert fourth, Franks fifth, Hyatt Conover, Martin, Tim Rostifer, and Gary Hillary round out your top 10. Congratulations. There he is.
Hey, I wasn't kidding. The points battle sure did shake up. Unfortunately, that's just the way racing is. Sometimes it doesn't work out the way you think it will. I do want to take a quick look at the final top 10 in points for the Bud Thunderstocks. And Tony Anderson did win by 5 points over Lenny Guyton. So even though Lenny didn't make it on the track, he only lost by 5 points. Seifert, 10 points distant. Chad Franks, congratulations to you. He ends up in fourth. Babcock in fifth. And the final gentlemen that are in the top 10, Andy Holderman, Barney Craig, John Cox, Brad Conover, and Mark Hyatt. So congratulations to our top 10. All right, we got some more racing to go. What kind of racing is it? King of the Quarter Mile. We're going to lay some jack on the line and let these guys go for it. You stay right there.
To be a successful race team, you need all the right elements. A driver with desire and skills to win, crew chief that can read track conditions, an owner dedicated to the sport. To be a successful business like Tim Hogan's Carpet, you need similar elements. A great selection of competitively priced carpets, tiles, laminates, and hardwoods, a knowledgeable and courteous sales staff with expert installation. So come out and support the Tim Hogan's Fox 25 Sprint Car at Limaland and shop Tim Hogan's Lima for all your flooring needs.
Tim Hogan's the way to buy carpet.
Do you know who has the largest in-stock selection of hot tubs in Northwest Ohio? Lake Distributing, your area's hot tub mega store. Lake Distributing carries over 5 major brands of hot tubs and has over 40 different styles in stock and ready for delivery and services everything that they sell. pool tables, bar accessories, tanning beds, gas grills, darts, and more. Don't get blown out of the water by high prices. See Lake Distributing Company today, your authorized dealer of fun and relaxation.
We're about ready to see some racing I've waited for all year long. King of the Quarter Mile, we take feature winners from the whole season long. We put them in a race. We throw a bunch of money up front to the winner and give everybody else a little bit of, we love you money. And it shakes down to be some awesome racing, and you will not be disappointed. We're moving right on to the sprint, King of the Quarter Mile. Time to decide. King of the Quarter Miles and the sprint cars on the inside. Tim Hunter, outside of him, Dennis Yoakum, 97, has Jeff Williams in it. Mike Dussel in fourth. Timmy Allison in fifth. We go in 1 and 2. Dussel gets into the back of Yoakum. That breaks his momentum. He slides, and he comes to a stop. There's Fricky running faster than he ever has in his life. Slowing him down. And Tim Hunter brings him back to the line. Again, Dennis Yoakum right behind him. Tim Allison goes high. 3 cars in 1 corner. Timmy, he was hot. He won the feature earlier tonight. Are you kidding me? Is he going to win 2 times in one night after nothing all year long? I don't know. We'll wait and see. We're racing for $3,000 to win, folks. You only get $100 for after that. Tim Hunter, he sees Allison's nose in 3 and 4, jumps up, took his line away. He told me he did that on purpose. He knew Tim was up there running high, and that he better get up there and take his line away before Timmy got around him. And he did so, came a long way, all the way from eastern Ohio, just to racing the Kings and a chance for the NRA $3,000 that Tim already took home. Tim Hunter, a class act, enjoyed having him in the Fox box. Back there, Allison working on Williams, or Williams working on Allison. It doesn't matter, folks. All these guys are racing for $100, don't matter which position you run in. Tim Hunter, he's checking out. He's already got about 15, 20 car lengths on everybody. There's Dussel, our champion, as we already discussed, in the 360 class, Elwer Fence. Thanks, Dave Elwer, for putting your name on the series, bringing a little prestige to the sprint car field, and being a supporter of racing. Dave and Lucy at the track every week. And we're watching these guys go around. Up front it is Tim Hunter walking away with this race. Timmy Allison said, you know what, had a new car, had a new motor. Didn't see any reason to wad up the car chasing after $100 when he hits what he was going to get. So he basically broke down and idled around the track once he lost the lead. Everybody basically conceding Tim Hunter to $3,000, but you know what? He raced to win it. He had a flat tire in the feature, didn't have a crack at that money, but he is more than happy to come back in the King. There's Timmy down low, staying out of everybody's way. We're halfway to go on the last lap. Tim Hunter, where can you go, Tim? 10 laps, $3,000. You take it home right there. Tim Hunter is the King of the Quarter Mile, 2003 in the sprint car class. Congratulations. Modified time. Who's going to be the king? There are some heavy hitters in this one. Lucchini and Hull make up your front row. Sherman and Holderman on the back row. Oh, yeah. Will we see fireworks? Holderman, he says, I already won a championship. I don't know if I have. Well, I'll see if I can make some money in this one. Terry Hull, he's got something to prove. He got caught up in a mix of cars in the main event tonight. Frankie Lucchini, he had some rough luck tonight. Frankie not winning a championship this year either. Frankie has something to prove. He takes his laser car and goes forward. Lets the 3 bi-car chassis hang around out back. Frankie Lucchini is sponsored by Easttown Motors and U.S. Muffler and Brake. And Frankie really set sail, let these guys duke it out. A little interesting tidbit about the 3 cars you see there. All 3 of those cars come from Columbia City. Jerry Holderman lives in Columbia City, Indiana. So does Terry Hull and Todd Sherman are very close to Columbia City. It's where the cars are made, the bi-cars are made. And Todd Sherman made the trip. So did the Holdermans each week to Limaland to race. Now Andy's down from Tip City. And Terry Hull, he came 3 times this year for the big shows, took home the Jack. And Terry tells me he's coming to race for the points next year. So folks,
All you modified drivers, you better beware. That is a talent coming to race at limaland each and every week. He will bring some serious driving skills to the track. But give everybody something to shoot for. When you have a big hitter like Tony or Hull come to the track, you actually increase the level of competition. Everybody rises up because they want to knock that guy off. Frankie Lucchini, though, he had a rough last 1/4 of the year. It was such a short year, as we've mentioned many times on Dirtmania. The track's starting to lay down a little bit of black. Frankie jumps the cushion a little bit, loses his momentum, and you know Terry Hull, that's like a lion smelling a wounded animal. Terry jumps all over that opportunity, closes the gap on Frankie. We're setting ourselves up for a whale at the end of a race. Terry trying to close the gap, still about 4 car lengths. Frankie once again loses a little forward bite. Terry Hull right on his backside. Can't quite get the job done there. Sherman still working the low line. We got a 3 car length gap, closes the 2-1. Slide job time. Will it work? You gotta be kidding me. Terry Hull, no way. And that's exactly what Frankie says. No way, man. That $2,000 is mine. 10 laps, $2,000. Congratulations, Frankie. I hope this makes the offseason a little bit better. And it's time for the, oh yeah, you know it. It's the Bud Thunderstocks. They're going to go for the king. You got Anderson on the pole, Craig in Zappardo's car on the outside, Babcock, Seifert, Conover, Holderman, and Guyton. Oh no. Seifert and Guyton, not again. Well, hopefully things won't happen, but, you know, better lay planes of mice and men, because bam! 8 tires better than 4 in one corner, I guess. That is Lenny in the backup car. He gets out in front of Seifert. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Just in front of him, Brad Conover, Andy Holderman, the only person to qualify for 2 separate kings. He did it in the mods. Now he's in the stocks. We snuck the in-car king, Jeff Babcock's car. It's on the down tube, right front of the car, so you are front and center on this Edge car. It has been the fastest Thunderstock out there week in and week out on a consistent basis. And for all you guys who want to know how he's getting around limaland, now you know. You're in the driver's seat. That is Tony Anderson out in front of him. Tony's got his shock fixed. That's Brad Conover in the 8C underneath Barney Craig. Brad has been a very consistent driver this year. Had a couple motor problems, a few little ups and downs throughout the season, but he is a up-and-coming talent and really a sportsman racer. You'll see on many occasions Brad Conover get up underneath someone, and instead of taking him out or pounding his way past them, he will let them go and regroup. And we like to show that kind of stuff on Dirtmania. We'll continue to show that stuff. Another gentleman driver, Jeff Babcock. Yeah, he's fast, but you know what? When he doesn't have a move to make, he just doesn't do it. And that's good, clean racing. Tony Anderson, another very sportsman-like driver. Watch this. You know, Babcock trying to work underneath him, but can't get it done, so what does he do? He falls back in line. Says, hey, I'll work him on this next corner. Jeff has the innate ability to ride right along that cushion, and a lot of drivers don't have that talent to where they can feel that cushion right up through the seat. Jeffrey does. He's getting after Tony. Here, is he going to ram into him on the slide job? Nope. He gives him plenty of racing room. Lets Tony go back to the lead. Once again, back out of the gas. Instead of taking Tony around, there is $1,000 on the line for this. Folks, where can you go for this kind of money? Where can anyone go? Well, we're not even going to talk about that. You let the picture tell the words. We're not going to give that any credit on Dirtmania. Tony Anderson takes the lead on a restart, but it's a 1-lap dash for cash. Are you squinting your eyes saying, hey, come on, Hale, you got the wrong footage? No, this is the right footage. This is just an instant replay of what happened earlier. Babcock this time doing it on a slide job. Tony breaks his momentum. They're coming out of the corner. Who's it going to be? Well, who else? There's $1,000 on the line. That Jeff Babcock, he knows when there's money on the line. He likes money. You go, Jeffrey. Jeffrey taking the win. Nick Piker behind him, happy. Jeff Babcock is our king of the quarter mile, the but Thunderstocks for 2003.
All right, that's something else. Good racing. Where can you go to find racing action like that? There was $6,000 awarded in just, 30 laps of racing? That is incredible. Kudos to Limaland Motorsports Park for doing a special event for the feature winners for the year. All right, we got a few more things coming up. What are they? Well, you just stay right there. We'll tell you all about it. There's a happy guy. We'll talk to him right after the break.
Since 1980, we have been servicing the Limaland area vehicles. I feel proud knowing that I have treated my customers honestly and fairly. We carry a full line of Firestone and Dayton Performance tires, led by our popular performance tire, Firestone Firehawk SH30, outstanding in wet weather, and our stylish Daytona white lettered radial tire. We can service all your air conditioning needs. Inquire about our lifetime warranty on our Napa brake pads and our undercar service such as exhaust, shocks, and struts.
Make your move to a great career. The University of Northwestern Ohio can train you to be a qualified heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration technician in just 54 weeks. Get hands-on experience learning both commercial and residential systems with class times designed to fit your schedule. Get on your way to a new career with more satisfaction and better pay. Call to arrange a personal consultation at 419-998-3120. The University of Northwestern Ohio.
Tired of putting up with musculoskeletal pain? Do you have sprains or strains that aren't healing or responding to medication, therapy, or manipulation? Then Prolotherapy from Dr. Mike Corman may be your solution. Dr. Mike fixes a lot of chronic pains, strains, sprains, and suffering using Prolotherapy. Prolotherapy or regenerative injection techniques are a safe and effective alternative to surgery that help to strengthen the ligaments and tendons where they attach to the bone. To find out what else Dr. Mike and the folks at Lima Pain and Rehab can do for you, see their ad in the phone book.
All right, Friday night we ended the season like we started with rain coming down, Mother Nature trying to basically, in our cornflakes, but you know what? We had a plan for this one. We said, okay, go ahead, you have Friday night. We're racing Saturday night. Turned out to be a beautiful night. The track was ultra fast, you could see by the passing going on. We ended up with 3 winners, 3 features, and we're going to interview them right now. It took all season. Timmy Allison, you saw him on last week's show saying, hey, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be back. Back he is. And in the Fox Box, congratulations on your win.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having us here. Last week everybody thought, what was going on. And, I really have to thank Hume Supply, the owner, Dave Stedke. I mean, we brought a brand new race car out for this deal. Everything was brand new on it, and it showed tonight we had good results. And too bad the season's over, but, hey, at least we got our win at Lima.
That's right, and the win was good, too. You had the high line all night, and it was wire to wire.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I mean, that's where I like to run, right up against the wall, and, we kept our nose clean and got in the king of the quarter, and we had a shot at that, and we showed our line a little too early, and we didn't win it, but, hey, we got our feature win, and that's feature 74 for us, so we're real happy.
Well, congratulations, Tim Allison. We'll give them all winter long to think about coming back here and going for the championship. Andy Holderman's back with us in the Fox Box, putting the stamp on the modified championship this year. Man, what an awesome talent this guy is, both in the Thunderstocks and the modifieds. And Andy, you just took off from your starting row position, and that was that.
Yeah, we were, again, fortunate enough to get a good starting spot. It's 3 weeks in a row, and, we were able to keep the car pretty smooth and not really abuse it. Like the other guys, they had to get an accelerator and try to push and push and push to get me, and we were able just to cruise along and take care of business.
Nobody really came up and challenged you. I know Todd Sherman was working his way towards the front, then a trailing arm broke. How about with about 3 laps to go, Frankie Lucchini, he's spinning in 1 and 2, and here comes Andy Holderman right to the wall.
I'm going to tell you, that was kind of a scary moment. We were able to survive that, and then a couple laps later, Frankie looked to me like he let us go. So that was very nice of him to do that. But it was a scary moment. But
well, you know what? I will have to say this. All year long, you and Frankie battled. Always clean on the track, and both you guys class acts. Either one of you would have been a fine champion to represent Limaland in the modified class, and just congratulations to you.
Thank you very much. That's what I told Frankie before the night. I said, no matter what happens, it's been fun, going at it. And, you know, I commend him for his King of the Quarter. You know, that was a outstanding run after his feature. He made some good adjustments and was able to come away with that.
All right, folks, there you have it. Andy Holderman, going to be a great ambassador for the sport of auto racing, limaland, and the modified class. Well, it's the last Fox Box interview. J.D. Byrider got their bang out of this year, and this guy has made a habit of coming to the Fox Box, and I'm just really honored to end our last racing night with Jeff Babcock. Jeff, you are an awesome talent, put on a heck of a show for everybody tonight.
Yeah, thanks. There's a lot of good racing out there, a lot of side-by-side, last lap passes, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, notice how casual Jeff is nowadays. Last lap passes, he had the crowd on their feet the last 2 races of the night in the Thunderstock class. First, let's talk about in the main Thunderstock race, in the feature.
Got up top around him, and Anderson's a good, clean runner, and we went side-by-side, and I got around him and ended up winning that one.
That's right. Tony ends up the season champion in the Thunderstock. And now let's talk about the King of the Quarter Mile.
I couldn't get around him as easily in the King of the Quarter Mile. He had a broken shock in the feature, and they fixed it for the King, and had to use the last lap slide job to get him.
That's right, and it almost didn't stick, and it was a nose at the line, but a well-deserved win, and you really have shown everybody what a talent you are. I watched you in the mods, was very impressed. What do you think about moving up to the mod class?
I'd like to move up, but I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll try both of them next year.
All right, he's going to double dip like Tony Anderson, folks. The gentleman is a straight-up talent, a very clean racer, someone that your kids can look up to, certainly someone I appreciate watching on the track. That's it. All right, man, let's do some Dirtmania awards. Last one of the year. Let's do her. All right, Headache Award, man, it's got to go to Lenny. I don't know, you make the call, but I didn't like what I saw. That's that. Headache Award, Lenny Guyton. Oh, man, True Crew's got to go to Andy Holderman. Double Kings, and he won the modified division, won a lot of features. Congratulations to the 30H Andy Holderman crew. You guys are our True Crew tonight. And quick move of the week. Well, this is in the feature. You know we're going to give him to Jeff Babcock. Man, those were some awesome moves. Sorry Tony Anderson was on the receiving end of them, but you know what? That's the way life is. And then a slide job. They come down to the line. That is how much Jeff Babcock beat Tony Anderson for $1,000. Congratulations. Double quick moves. You are the quick move winner of the year, Jeff Babcock. All right. What can I say, folks, man? It was our first year, and we absolutely loved it. We appreciate all the support and wonderful things you said to us, all your criticisms, all your constructive help, and we just hope you had as much fun as we did. We will try extra hard next year. Look for us towards right around February around Rockingham. If you ain't got dirt in your teeth, you ain't racing, you know it. We'll see you next year.